Good morning, students. As per our schedule, today's class that we are going to start, as we already discussed in the previous classes about Indian society and some of the topics like emergence and racial groups, Aryanization process, etc., etc. Today, we are going to discuss about unity and diversity. Unity and diversity may also be sometimes called as diversity in unity. As we know, India, a vast country with a huge amount of population, with a good lot of people belongs to different groups. So here, diversity, what is commonly found in different respect. And this diversity, which is in Indian society, what you can find in different ways, in different respects, among different people. So here, the important forms of diversity, what is to be discussed? One is regional diversity. India, from the North Himalayas to Kanyakumari, the total geographic area in which we can find good lot of diversities or differences. Diversity means differences. So, good lot of differences what you can find in this geographic area from Himalayas to the last Kanyakumari. Here we can find the mountains, hills, rivers, plateaus or deserts. At the same time, some of the fertile areas, uncultivable land, barren land, and at the same time we can also find here the places where people are going to live like clusters, etc., etc. So, at the same time, the climatic condition of our Indian society in which that you can find some parts which are very cold, temperate and the tropical. If we go to Himalayas, even in winter, even in summer, it is very cold. Even in summer, it is very cold. But if we come to the down, Kerala or such places, even in summer, even in winter, it is very hot. So, this hot and humid temperature what you can find in the southern parts and the cold weather what is found in the northern parts. And therefore, this area where we can find diversity in weather conditions, in geographic aspects, at the same time we can find in some parts we can find heavy rainfall, in some parts very little or insignificant, and in some parts the rainfall is very, very little. So therefore, when we are able to look at all these things, we find differences, we find disparities. Therefore, this is called as regional diversity. Then come to second, linguistic diversity. Linguistic diversity in the sense, language. We use language for the purpose of communication. The people of India who belongs to different groups, different communities, different castes, different religions, different races, at the same time good lot of tribal groups were also found who normally use different languages. Here we find one national language. The government has declared Hindi language as a national language. With that, 22 constitutionally recognized languages. 22 constitutionally recognized languages. And at the same time, 1652 spoken languages. 1652 spoken languages. So once again, let me repeat: one national language, 22 constitutionally recognized languages, and 1652 spoken languages. Not only these, at the same time, we can also find here good lot of dialects. A dialect is not a language. These dialects is an intermixture of several local languages. So, a dialect means it is a mixture of several local languages. Different words what are used for the purpose of communication, which are taken up from different languages. So, these dialects cannot be considered as languages. Almost all the tribals who are using dialects for the purpose of communication. So, in India we can find somewhat more than 3,000 tribal groups. So, each tribe has got one dialect. Each tribe has got one dialect, and therefore there are more than 3,000 dialects. So, these linguistic difference what you can find. At the same time, Grierson, who has classified the languages into 5 categories. One is Indo-Aryan, the Dravidian, Ostric languages, Tibeto-Burman languages, and European languages. The total languages what are here, which have been classified it into classified it into 5 categories by Grierson: Indo-Aryan, Dravidian, European, Ostric, and Tibeto-Burman languages. Here, under Indo-Aryans, there are good lot of languages what are coming. At the same time, Dravidian languages, good lot of Dravidian languages are also there, and European languages are also there, Ostric languages are also there, and Tibeto-Burman languages which are also found. So here, therefore, there is no single common language what is used by all the people of India. Though the language Hindi was declared as a national language, vast majority of people who are not using this language for the purpose of communication. For the purpose of communication. So, for the purpose of communication, normally the regional languages which are playing important role. Regional languages, from one region to other, the languages are going to change. So, here we find different languages and therefore linguistic diversity what you can find. At the same time, religious diversity. India, in which we can find almost all the major religions like Hinduism, Christianity, Islam, Buddhism, Jainism, Sikhism, Zoroastrianism, and the Judaism are called the 8 major religious groups what are found in India. And these different religious groups differ one another. In Hinduism, we find the people who are going to develop belief over different gods. For Hindus, there is no single God. God, though we feel that one, we are going to worship the God in different forms. We have created the God in different forms based on our belief. Therefore, we may worship Rama, we may worship Krishna, we may worship Hanuman, we may worship the other gods, or sometimes even goddess. So, here as per Hindu religion, we find diversity in our beliefs, in our faith, in our nature, and other things we find differences. At the same time, in Hinduism we can find different sects, different cults. Different sects, different cults. So, Vaishnavism, Shaivism or Shakteya are the sects what we can find. At the same time, different cults like Ayyappa cult, Hanuman cult or such other cults what are found among Hindus. If we come to other religions, we find there are also differences. In Christianity, there are two groups called Protestants and Catholics, where we find difference in their faith, difference in their belief. In the same way, Islam, where there are two groups called Shias, Sunnis. And if you go to other groups called Buddhism, there are two groups, Hinayana, Mahayana. If you go to Jainism, Shvetambara, Digambara. Shvetambara means white robed people. Digambara means unclothed people. So like this, the religious diversity, whatever the religious groups are found in India, the people who follow particular religion were all not having same type of aspects. We find differences. We find diversities among the people who are following different religion, which may be called religious diversity. Now come to fourth, cultural and ethnic diversity. Cultural diversity. We may speak Indian culture. Though in total entity we are considering it as an Indian culture, wide variety of cultural aspects which are all involved into it. Our beliefs, our nature, our dress, our food habits, our language, our different other activities, which are all differ from one another. We are not having similar same culture. We are not having similar same culture. It depends on the people who are living in different parts. In certain parts, some of the cultural aspects are found. In some other parts, some other cultural aspects are found. In one group, one cultural aspect we can find. In another group, we can find another cultural aspect. If we find in rural area one type of culture, in urban area the cultural differences what we can find. So culturally we are not having complete similarity, where we can find differences, where we can find disparities. So cultural disparity or difference or diversity. At the same time, ethnic. Ethnic means racial. So ethnic diversity or racial diversity. In the last class or in the previous class, what we have discussed that Guha has classified, one of the eminent anthropologists was called B.S. Guha, who has classified the races or ethnic groups into major 6 categories. Negritos, Proto-Australoid, Mongoloid, Mediterranean, Western Brachycephals and the Nordics are the 6 racial groups what are classified. At the same time, in some of the races, once again there are some sub-classifications. There are some sub-classifications. So, from one race to other, there are lot of differences. This race or racial classification, which was based on the physical characteristics what we have discussed. How is the head or eyesight or the nose or the face or the lips or the stature or complexion or the different other things like hair and others, which are all taken into consideration, and based on that these races have been classified. So one racial group imbibe what are the characteristics. The same characteristics normally may not be found in another racial group. And what characteristics are found in second racial group may not be found in third. So here the total Indian population, therefore, as per Guha's classification, there are 6 racial groups where we can find diversity or we can find differences. In different aspects we can find difference. So here the diversity of India, which can be observed under these 4 ways: religious diversity, linguistic diversity, religious diversity and cultural diversity. Now, in the beginning what I said, unity in diversity or diversity in unity. When there are diversities, still in India we find a type of unity. India, if we take as a total entity, it is one nation, and among the people there should be the feeling that we are all one. We are all Indians. And if that feeling, what is not in existence among the people, it is very, very difficult to try to protect the country. So, unity or feeling of oneness or we feeling that we are Indians, by keeping aside all of our differences based on region, based on language, based on race, based on culture, based on religious aspects. The differences what we find, which are all kept outside, when we feel that we are all Indians. We are all Indians. It is our nation. We are all Indians. So, to try to develop this, we should find here unity. So, while speaking about unity, we will come across the same aspects except here cultural. So, regional diversity. Regional diversity. Now, regional diversity means, regional unity. What you can do? Regional unity. Now, come to unity. This is about diversity what we discussed. It is a unity. Now, we have to find how this unity that can be found in India. So, the people of India should feel that we are all one, we are united. Unless this unity, unless the feeling of oneness, unless the feeling of belonging together, the nation cannot be protected from danger. So, this unity that is revealed with diversity. Now, one is regional unity. Regional unity. How that we can find regional unity? Here, we can find regional unity in different forms. The total India from Jammu Kashmir to Kanyakumari, which is all together is one. The people may belong to different caste, community, race, religion, sex, group, or different languages what are spoken, or there are different other things. At the same time, all the people of the country who are all able to feel that we are all one. And this India, traditionally, it was ruled by a great ruler who was called Bharata. The name Bharata Varsha, Bharata Khanda, which symbolizes that it had the unity. Bharata Khanda, Bharata Varsha. How this Bharata Khanda, Bharata Varsha, the name what was existed? The total geographic area related to India, not the present India, but the previous India, means before independence, before 1947, the total India, that is, it is inclusive of India and Pakistan. In 1947, the British have divided the country into two. Bharata, a ruler or a famous king, able king, capable, and his progeny who have ruled the country, India, in a total entity, the total geographic area from Jammu Kashmir to there, including the present Pakistan, the total geographic area which was ruled by a king called Bharata. So, the name Bharatavarsha means Bharata Khanda means the total country, the total geographic area which was ruled, which was kept under control, which was completely organized by the famous ruler, famous king was called Bharata. So, regionally there were no differences at that time. Even at the present, the feeling of unity what we can find regionally. Feeling of unity what we can find. At least at the time of independence that we are able to speak Bharat Mata Ki Jai. That means we are all Indians. We are all belongs to Indian nation. We are all feel that we are one. Symbolically. And the national flag of India which symbolizes that the unity of Indian society. So, this way that we can find regional unity. At the same time, linguistic unity. Language, as we know, we are using to speak. But here, linguistic diversity, what we have discussed, but linguistic unity. Sanskrit was a language and is a language from which most of the Dravidian languages derive their strength. Most of the Dravidian languages are derived from Sanskrit. At the same time, almost all the South Indian languages which are having their influence from Sanskrit. And this Sanskrit, which is also considered as the language of Indian culture, Hindu culture. And in 2005, the government of India has declared that Sanskrit as a classical language. Sanskrit as a classical language. Therefore, this language Sanskrit, which is called the mother of all the languages, almost all the languages which derive their strength from Sanskrit. Therefore, Sanskrit, the language which was the base for almost all the languages. Though there are linguistic diversity, these languages are able to derive their strength from the Sanskrit language. Therefore, this linguistic unity we will find. The base which is there in Sanskrit. Therefore, this linguistic unity what you can find, and therefore this is called a classical language and mother of all Indian languages. It is the mother of all Indian languages. And then religious unity. Religious unity. Religious diversity what we have discussed, where we can find in India the major religions of the world: Hinduism, Islam, Christianity, Buddhism, Jainism, Sikhism, Zoroastrianism, Judaism. But these religious groups though differ, almost all these religions which are able to try to develop belief over God. Belief over God. The belief, whatever that has been developed by these different religious groups may differ. In Hinduism, one type of belief. In Christianity, another type of belief. In Islam, there may be different type. Or among Sikhs, or Buddhists, or Jains, or Jews, they have belief over God, but the worship of God may differ. At the same time, the people of these different religions who are able to try to follow or develop the belief that the eternity of soul, belief over karma, or Atma, or Paramatma, or such feelings what are all common among all people belongs to all the religions. It is not related to any one. So, people that we believe that there will be karma. That means karma. Karma in the sense, the deeds what we are doing, based on the present, the karma theory says, based on our present activity, our future course of life will be decided. Based on our present activity. That means we are born here, we are living here, one or other day, we have to end up our life. So, in our life, if lifespan from birth to death, what we are doing, that is the things what we do, that is called karma. Means the work or the task what we perform. If we do good deeds in our lifetime, from birth to death, based on that we will get rebirth. Our future course of life, that will be decided. So, that is also important, that belief what is in existence. Therefore, religious unity, almost all the people belongs to almost all the religions who are able to feel that they are all one. They are all one, feeling of oneness. At the same time, cultural unity. Cultural unity. Cultural unity in the sense, we find unity, uniformity in the culture, in the art, in the architecture, in sculpture, in music, in dance, which are that we can find some of similarities. Some of similarities. At the same time, we can find here, India has got a very rich cultural tradition. Indian culture. Indian culture. We lead a type of family life which is different from the Western family life. Western family life, in Western countries, the relation in between parent and children, which is purely mechanical. Purely mechanical. But here, in India, the family life is totally different. The feeling of belongingness among the people of a family, that means parents and children. Even after growing elder, the faith over children, the faith over parents, what we can find, such a type of Indian culture or cultural aspect or family life, what we can find in India. So, in the total world, Indian culture, which has got the top place in the world, almost all the countries of the world who are able to try to accept that Indian culture is the best cultures of the world, including America, the so-called rich, so-called developed, so-called scientifically improved country. The people of that country are trying to imitate Indian culture at present, because good lot of problems what are existed in their country in America, for which they are unable to find a solution, and they are able to come to the conclusion that following Indian culture, especially Indian family system, and the interrelations between parents and children, even after marriage, even after growing elder, a type of control from the parents over the children, what is in existence here, what was in existence here, and still in future, even in future, it may exist. And this is able to bind the relation, this is able to bind the culture. The parents teach the culture to children. Children, they have to teach that culture to the next generation. But in the other countries, their culture may not be so. Therefore, this cultural unity, what we can find. So, here, in total, diversities are found, unity is also found. Both are equally found. If we take only sweet, it won't be tasty. There should be certain other taste. At the same, therefore, in India, we find differences with similarities, diversities with unity. So, this together called as unity and diversity in unity. Unity in diversity and diversity in unity. Therefore, India is a very vast country in which we can find the people, good lot of people who are at the present somewhat more than 130 to 32 crores. As per 2011 census, it was only 121 crores. Now it has reached nearly to somewhat 130 to 31 crores. All the people of this country belongs to almost all these religious groups or linguistic groups or cultural groups or regional differences or community differences, caste differences, which are all found. Such diversities are found. With that, the people of the country, the people of the nation who are able to find unity, feeling of oneness, that we are Indians, that belongs to this nation, that we have to protect our country, that we have to preserve our culture, that we have to develop our nation. So, this unity in diversity or diversity in unity, what is revealed in India, what is in existence in India. So, this unity in diversity, even for the purpose of examination, it appears either unity or diversity may appear for the examination for 5 marks and all, or the single aspect, what is regional unity, or what is linguistic unity, or what is racial unity or cultural unity, that may also appear. So, it depends on the people who are going to set the question, where we cannot assess, we cannot say exactly. Anyhow, this is important for the examination point of view also, or to try to know about Indian society. Those who want to try to know this Indian society, they must know this unity in diversity or diversity in unity. Therefore, being the students of this second PU who are studying Indian society, we must go through this, we must try to reveal in what way that the unity is found, in what way the diversity is found. Because here the headings may come same: religious unity, religious diversity; regional unity, regional diversity; linguistic unity, linguistic diversity; cultural unity, cultural diversity. How that we have to present the answer if the question appears for unity or if it appears for diversity? It depends on our presentation. Therefore, dear students, you must be alert while writing answer to the questions. If the question which appears about unity, if you write diversity, it is meaningless. If the question appears about diversity, if you write unity, it is meaningless. So, in what way this unity that can be revealed, in what way this diversity can be revealed, what we must feel, and based on that we have to try to write the answer. So, we must concentrate on it, we must have a clear-cut picture, clear-cut knowledge, clear-cut understanding of this unity in diversity. Therefore, unity, Indian diversity, which is together called as unity in diversity or diversity in unity. This is important for the examination point of view also. This is important for our understanding also.